What do I love in the backcountry?
There is nothing more pointless than walking uphill and putting on some wooden sticks and going back downhill. There's no logical reason for that other than just joy.
What ツアーはだいたい30年ぐらいやってるかな、多分。山に登ってく理由か。どう言ったらいいかわからないけど。
What I'm seeing in my mind's eye is, yeah, the mountains mean life to me, like and death.
Ouais, c'est vrai, on monte pendant 4 heures, 5 heures, 6 heures, pour 2 minutes de descente, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Et il y a beaucoup de gens qui trouvent ça ridicule, et c'est compréhensible. Mais en fait, pourquoi? Parce que
la primera vez que salí a esquiar, subir la montaña fue la cosa más difícil que yo he hecho en mi vida. Casi me rindo, casi me pongo a llorar, pero después de bajar esa primera vez, supe que era algo que quería seguir haciendo por el resto de la vida.
People couldn't understand this phenomenon, I would say you will learn to love winter. You will wish winter wasn't over if you find a way to really experience it.
なかなか説明するの難しいけど、トライしてみるよ。スノーボードとか雪板とかやってなかったら自分はどうなってたんだろう、どんな人間になってたんだろうって思うぐらいそれしかやってきてなかったから、生きがいっていうか五明敦って言います。今までいろんな種類のボードに乗ってきたけど、すごいシンプルで惹かれてったんだよね。雪板にウィンディングをつけないでバランスをとっていい雪を味わう道具っていうか。スノーボードやってて、もうこうスノーボードってすごいエスカレートするしかなくて、こう死ねるんじゃないかっていうようなことを しなきゃもう満足できないみたいになってきちゃう。道具を変えることによって斜面の見方が変わったんだよね。こんなにスリリングで、スノーボードだったら別に見てなかった斜面がすごいエクストリームラインに見えて、雪板はもともと全然なかったもので出会ったっていうよりなんか思いついたというか。
Mi nombre es Vanessa Chavarriaga Posada, soy colombiana, nací en Colombia, pero ahorita estoy viviendo en Jackson, Wyoming. Me dedico a escribir y también soy atleta profesional. So my relationship with skiing began when I was pretty little. I was in Michigan when I was growing up. So I remember begging my mom, can I please go? Can I please go? And I got to go once. We went at night because it was less expensive and we didn't even have a car at that point. In every aspect of ski culture, whether it's, the wealth or the traveling or the clothing, all of these things, it was just so inaccessible that I didn't even entertain it in my mind. When I was about 15, I took a summer camp out to the Tetons, and it was my first time climbing a mountain, my first time camping, my first time hiking, and it was an incredibly formative experience. I sort of made a promise to myself that I would end up here one way or another. My first winter in the Mountain West was a little less than 2 years ago.
That's so cute.
Suddenly I had access and I learned to ski. I was 21. I didn't know how to backcountry ski, but I've always been more of an uphill athlete. And so I essentially rented an entire backcountry gear kit from my university and we went into Grand Teton National Park. I just remember I got up there by sheer determination and grit because I had no idea what I was doing. I've been actively seeking out mentors and been very intentional about improving just because I learned so late in life that, I kind of have to try to catch up.
One of the biggest people I have to thank for that is my friend Sophia, who is a professional skier and a wonderful, wonderful community member in Jackson. She met me when I was still pizza wedging down the mountain.
You're doing good. Oh no. You got it.
She has been my most consistent ski partner since.
Vane is someone who's just constantly focused on progression and evolving. And I think that's one of the things we vibe really hard on. But when you get to walk uphill with somebody for 4 hours, you really get to know each other well, and you talk about the good and the bad, and you're making these decisions together because it has to be a team effort. You have to be full of trust.
Beautiful.
It's humbling to see how good Vane has gotten, and also being oh my gosh, she skied for 3 years? What?
À 22 ans, j'ai dit, bon, je vais tout lâcher, je vais devenir professionnel de snowboard. Tous mes copains ils m'ont dit, ah non mais mec, ça marche pas comme ça quoi. À 22 ans, il y a une chance pour 1000. Et moi j'ai dit non, je vais y arriver, tu vas voir, là, tac. Toutes ces années à m'entraîner, à laver les toilettes du téléphérique le matin à 7h pour pouvoir avoir mon forfait. et où enfin je commence à vivre la vie, tu vois, en arrêtant de manger que des pâtes. Même si j'aime toujours ça, mais voilà, j'ai beaucoup voyagé, j'ai découvert un peu le monde. Oui, après forcément dans la vie t'avances et après les choix c'est plus les mêmes. Et donc ouais, donc ça fait 1 an et demi maintenant qu'on habite ici avec ma compagne. On a acheté il y a 4 ans. Avec Agathe on s'est rencontrés il y a 10 ans. On s'est croisés ici en fin d'hiver. Moi je partais en Amérique du Sud, je partais à Séville, je lui dis bah viens avec moi, on part tous les deux, bam, on est partis.
Il m'a dit bah moi je pars au Pérou, si tu veux venir, je vais skier au Pérou. J'ai fait ok. C'est ma mère qui était ravie à ce moment-là, qui m'a pris pour une folle et voilà.
C'est comme ça qu'on a appris à se connaître, à se découvrir, finalement presque plus en voyageant qu'à la maison. Là, on a voyagé ensemble pendant 7 ans. En fait, ce qu'on cherchait en Amérique du Sud, c'était un endroit où se poser, où être bien. Et en fait, on a appris qu'ici, c'était à vendre. C'était en face de chez nous. Moi, j'ai vécu en face pendant 20 ans. Et pourtant, c'était vraiment exactement ça qu'on cherchait. Donc on est à quoi? À 2 km à peine de la Grave. Et ensuite, il faut marcher 20 minutes sur un petit chemin. Et voilà, auparavant, il y avait une vingtaine de maisons ici. On a retrouvé des traces qui disent qu'il existait déjà au début du XVIIe siècle. Ce qui reste aujourd'hui, c'est juste la maison, la chapelle. Et voilà, et aujourd'hui, c'est un peu faire renaître ça, de vivre ici aussi.
En fait, le Puy-Golf, notre projet, c'était aussi de faire tous les deux, tous les travaux, d'essayer de faire tous les deux et d'apprendre par nous-mêmes. On a acheté des poules pour vendre des œufs. Tous les lundis, on livre les gens à domicile. Et au début, on avait 2-3 livraisons et maintenant on est quasiment à 150 boîtes d'œufs tous les lundis. Et puis tout le monde mange des œufs. Et puis tout simplement, on n'est pas fait pour vivre en ville. Et nous, ce qu'on aime, c'est avoir une vie simple.
Juste à côté de la maison, tu peux arriver à trouver des premières, tu peux faire des choses exceptionnelles. Ce qu'on trouve ici, on ne peut pas le trouver ni à Chamonix, ni à Courchevel, ni à Méribel, ni n'importe où, même avec tout l'argent qu'on veut.
Winter's my favorite season. There's just something really magical about the white blanket.
Oh, I think I can fly. I think I should start again. And I don't know why I want to start a fight with all my
Thank you,
best friends.
sunshine!
If I jumped from
My name is Vicki Fleckenstein Woodworth. I spent a lot of my life ski racing. I'm a mom and a wife, and I live in East Burke, Vermont, the last little corner of Vermont. It's tiny, down to earth, it's slow. We don't get a lot of snow, but even the winters, when they do come, they're cold. They call it a wet cold, goes right to your bone marrow. And nobody whines, there's no whining in East Burke. Some of my friends that I went to school with, they say, "You're there full time in Burke? What about Sun Valley?" They don't understand.
Gonna jump on the back of this great white horse and really awesomeness.
In this little community, so many people know each other. We have a really nice play group up here, a seniors play group. Some of them are retired. I think the oldest is 71. We just laugh constantly. I love movement. I love to dance. Skiing is really rhythmical. When people follow me, they go, "You make the weirdest lines." I like get in rhythm and then off rhythm and then in rhythm and then off rhythm. It's endless. So in my ski life, I've found the people in love of the same thing really make a difference. And I'll just think, what the heck? How did this happen? How are we doing this still and still enjoying it?
It's so pretty. I feel so lucky. What are friends for?
My name's Melissa Gill. I go by Mel. I grew up in Wyoming, and I've lived in Salt Lake City for about 12 years now. Nature has always been my greatest teacher, and the mountains are, for me, the place that pulls my heart most strongly. The time and effort put into skiing over the years of my life is, wow. So much time and energy. Like, I would go to sleep thinking about my turns and my transitions, and so many hours that it's probably written in my DNA. What the mountains have taught me is this lesson, this understanding of duality. Mountains are where I've experienced the most beautiful moments in my life, and they're also where I've experienced the darkest moments of my life. Knowing that I'm willingly going into these places that have the potential to bring darkness and that have inherent risk, I think is just a recognition that that's a part of life. We're not meant to just experience goodness. The full spectrum of the human experience is complex. What the mountains have taught me is how to embrace those aspects of life that are a little bit more difficult, and it makes those days when you go out there and you have blower pow and beautiful sunshine and a piece of pizza on the summit that much more beautiful. Just genuinely can't think of anything better, anything more beautiful, anything more sacred than traveling down a mountain with wind in our face.
Yeah, so I was born in Colombia, in Medellin. My memories of childhood are just so much green and abundance everywhere. There was so much open space. My parents brought me to the US when I was about 6 because they wanted me to learn English. And this was supposed to be a temporary, like, 6-month thing. And then at the end of the 6 months, they came to pick me up and they said, surprise, we're never going back to Colombia. And my life changed pretty dramatically at that point. My mom ended up having to be a single mother for a large part of my upbringing. And the biggest thing was that I grew up undocumented, and that was something that I could not talk about whatsoever. I had to hide a huge part of my life from all of my classmates and all my friends and all the families and everything. There was a lot of fear because not only would I be rejected, but I was honestly afraid that they would have me deported. And that's a very real fear. The first time I came out here, the vastness of open space was really inviting to me because it felt like one of the very first times I no longer had to hide. It was also one of the first times that I felt afraid in a really healthy way. I learned that fear could be managed and could create something really beautiful on the other side of it. The skin track doesn't care who you are or what you look like, and the mountains don't care what language you're speaking. You can simply exist. Learning to ski as an adult was definitely difficult. I certainly felt a lot of imposter syndrome. It took a lot for me to keep coming back to it, but I think I knew, and I still know, that we all deserve to be here. The words of advice I would give both to myself and to others who are curious about this space but have never really had access is that we are stronger than we think we are.
Right there and we're all alone, and the world folds over, edges align and we're in that fold. Everything gets older, signs filter in like they were just born. Time takes a backseat calling, let me down easy, baby.
20年ぐらい前にスノースケートっていうシングルデッキのそのシングルデッキでパウダーを滑ってみたんだよね。でもその板は結構樹脂でできてて、なんかベニョンベニョンで張りもなくて、なんかちょっともうちょっと調子いいのあったらいいな。木でできたこう反発のある板でちょっとパウダー寄りの形した板があればもっと面白いんだろうなっていうふうに思って、それを友達に相談したら製材所から端材をもらってきてくれて、これで作ればいいじゃんって言って、作り始めたら結構作って乗って試してまた改良してっていうのが楽しくて、何本も何本も作って失敗してこれだって思った瞬間があって、雪板を削ってる時はその滑ってる感覚と一緒な感じなんだよね。やっぱり雪がどう流れてどういう風に抜けてってっていうのをイメージしながら滑っ こう削ってるかな、削ってる時も。でそれ実際その削った板を持って山に行って滑ってみて、こう思い通りだったらすげえ調子いいなってすげえ感動したり。結構最初は俺しかやってなくて、最初はなんか木の板削って何やってんのみたいな感じだったけどまあ徐々にその周りの人も結構面白いんだねって言って、こう周りの仲間と遊ぶようになって素晴らしいことだと思う俺にとってもすごい共感できる仲間が増えるからすごく嬉しい。雪板の人口が増えてきたのはね、すごい嬉しいことだね。こう仲間が増えて本当に嬉しい。人間一人じゃ生きていけないなって思うぐらい友達がいないと本当にまあ一人で雪板やったりスノーボードやってるのもいいけど、その友達がいた方がやっぱり盛り上がれるし。
I grew up in a snowy place, Syracuse, New York, and we were in this cool ski club. And it was rope tows and a T-bar, and we would just go there for hours and hours. My mom and dad kept the rope tow running for us into the night. They'd turn on the lights. And we had a little junior ski team, and it was all my friends, and it's all I knew. And then you make the next team and the next team. I made New York State team and worked my way up to the U.S. team and onto the Olympic team from there. So we just had a blast. Rarely got rid of your goggle tan, you know, they had that year round. And I was in utopia.
Lost in the rhythm, 'cause the rhythm is where I go. Lost in the rhythm, 'cause the rhythm is sad.
But then it was really tough, really competitive, just personally. And I'm thinking, just so I can go fast down a hill on my skis.
Yeah, the crowd's gone in droves. So let's take tonight.
And then when my kids came along and I realized I had so much to share.
A strong stove in the past.
And it was extremely rewarding to watch little kids, especially my own 3 little kids, take the sport on. I just hope that someday maybe they can experience that.
I think she always had kind of this fervor for bell to bell. Like, it was always such a challenge for us. The best day you could have was be on like the first chair and the last chair.
So fun to watch their wheels turn and how they figure it out. And especially watching Tasha ski race, I felt what she was feeling. She was beautiful, beautiful skier, still is. And then we went through this phase where we'd ask about where she skied, and it was always in the backcountry, always in the backcountry.
Doing the regular resort thing, it felt like super unfulfilled. It was like, this can't be kind of all there is. Standing in line and riding lifts.
Little Tasha, thinking outside the box, does this crazy stuff where you stick something on the bottom of your skis so it helps you go up.
My ski racing career ended, and it became so much more about understanding the mountains and trying to read terrain and be self-reliant and all those things that are more the lifelong journey of skiing.
Hard to believe, someone that skied as much as I have, that I didn't even know about this backcountry thing. Then it was like, oh wait, this could be a reality. You don't always have to just go to the resorts and ski your brains out like you do. I got set up, and Tasha encouraged me, and she said, you're gonna love it. And now she's a better skier than I am, and I have completely let go and let her do it because she's the master. Such a combination of rigorous exercise and meditative.
Gonna conquer the dream. Gonna
All of it was so new. It was like, seriously? And now I'm totally hooked.
Succumb to the circumstance. Do you resign to your fate? Or do you find the strength within to take a leap of faith? No more will I stumble. No more will I fall. Came crashing to my knees, but I'm beginning to crawl. Yeah, I'm standing on my own feet. Whoa, running to the light. Feel like jumping from the mountain, like the first thing.
So I was hanging out with this guy named Gus, and I don't know if this will make it in. I kind of hope it doesn't, but I was like kind of into Gus. And I remember Gus and I were going to go camping, and we get in the car, and I'm like, where are we going? He's like, oh, we got to pick up Joe. And I was like, who the fuck is Joe? And he's like, oh, he's a super cool dude. You'll love him. He had both this like grounding and uplifting like energy about him that felt really magnetizing and confusing at the same time.
I went walking in the wilderness, oh, to find my love. Clumsily I
He grew up in Alaska and was super playful on his board. He was like there to have fun. He was there to live. He was there to express himself.
Now I'm running home to you through the icy dawn.
And so he almost like brought this purity to the sport.
Yeah, great day.
Yeah, we kind of just like started hanging out together immediately, like right away. It was a really quick burn, actually. We were ski partners, we were mountain partners together, we were climbing partners. We had like a lot of outdoor movement that really bonded us. It became pretty clear to me pretty quickly that he was somebody that I wanted to live the rest of my life with. We moved back to Jackson on May 1st of 2014. And then, yeah, May 5th happened. My birthday is May 4th, so we had just finished celebrating. The psych was high. We were both so excited to continue our mountain exploring in the Tetons. Woke up super early, headed out to Lupin Meadows trailhead. Started our hike in the dark, and it was me, Joe, and our friend Greg. And I could see the stars through this frame of silhouetted trees. And I remember having just this like full body sensation, like today's gonna be a really special day. It took us a long time to get to the summit of Tiwanaut. I'm so tired, it's so cold. The sun was expected to come out and it didn't. Hadn't softened up like we had hoped and expected it to. I drop in and it's really firm. And so I stop. Joe looked at me and he was on his toe side edge and he looked at me and goes, "Are you ready to go, baby? My calves are cramping and I can't hold this position for much longer." And I, at that point, was quite scared. I had been nervous that my ski was gonna pop off the whole time because it was just chattery because it was so firm and it was so steep. And I looked at him and I said, "No, I'm scared. I don't want to go first." He took one turn, I think it was a heel side turn, and then on his second turn, he lost his edge. And very quickly, his fall got out of control, and he ended up falling the whole way down. His body fell about 1,500 feet. And Greg and I had to like stand there and watch the whole thing. I have like the really vivid memory of just holding his body and holding his head and letting him know that I was not going to go anywhere. The search and rescue team popped out through the trees and I got to finally tell Joe, like, okay, they're finally here. Like, just hold on just a little bit longer. And about 8 seconds before they got to us was when Joe took his last breath. I think, like on a cellular level, the essence of every part of who I am changed.
Être un snowboarder, qu'est-ce que ça représente? Le speedboard pour moi c'est un peu comme une porte en fait. C'est un peu comme une porte parce que tu mets ces deux trucs et hop, les pots de phoque. Et là, mais t'as toute la montagne qui est à toi, quoi, qui s'ouvre à toi.
Encore une fois, voilà, la montagne, c'est vivant.
On n'est pas plus fort que la glace, hein, on n'est pas plus fort que les cailloux. J'ai eu beaucoup de chance, c'est qu'on a appris. On a appris, ben voilà, ça tu fais comme ça, hop. On essaye de mettre toutes les cartes de notre côté pour qu'il n'y ait pas de risque. Mais il ne faut pas oublier que c'est un endroit qui reste dangereux.
C'est pas nous qui faisons les exploits, c'est la montagne qui nous les donne. Parce que, encore une fois, c'est les conditions qui font les choses. Il m'est arrivé plusieurs fois de ressentir la peur. pense que quand tu ressens la peur, c'est que t'es pas au bon endroit. Et non, moi, c'est pas ce que je recherche. Moi, je recherche de me sentir confortable. Je suis avec mon piolet, je suis concentré, mais je suis bien. Je suis au bon endroit. Je suis en train de faire ce que j'aime faire. Quelques secondes où on pense plus à rien, on est vraiment dans un autre monde, dans ce monde. C'est pour ça qu'on fait tout ça.
It was my maybe third time ever backcountry skiing, and I met up with some friends on Teton Pass, and that's when I met friends like Junior and Yvonne and Danny, and I remember the second we hit the skin track, we were introducing one another in Spanish, and it was the first time that I had ever spoken Spanish with everyone in an outdoor setting like that, in the snow. Cuéntanos de la primera vez que nos conocimos.
Anda, vale. Bueno, la primera vez que nos conocimos estaba esquiando con Vanessa en Edelweiss, acá. Y ella me contó que solamente estaba esquiando por un año. Y estuvimos en el backcountry, en powder, hasta las rodillas, y ella estaba partiendo.
Él está diciendo mentiras. A nosotros nos gusta cantar, nos gusta bailar, a veces bailamos mientras que estamos esquiando, pero pues también nos encanta estar en la montaña. At some point, Yvonne asked me, "So where did you grow up skiing?" And I just responded with, "Oh, I didn't." And I think that memory was forever ingrained in my mind because he just assumed that I belonged in that space. You know, it was the first time that I didn't have to prove myself, I didn't have to overcompensate. I just naturally belonged and was welcomed. And the whole day just felt like a celebration of every part of who we were.
All alone, and the world folds over, edges align and we're in that fold, and we both come to falling. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me down easy, baby. Lay me down on the forest floor. Let me down easy, baby. Lay me down on the forest floor. Let me down easy, baby.
It still feels incredibly surreal to look back at my 7-year-old self and know that her future involved so much snow.
I never knew this world was possible, period. And then when I first learned about it, I didn't think it would ever be possible for someone like me. And it is truly an experience that I think everybody deserves to have.
Well, 自分は自分の生活は普通だと思ってるけど、日本の社会とは大きく違って、自分のが正しい道を行ってると思ってるからやり続けてて。自分は何も子供の時にできなくて、本当にスノーボードとか雪板とかスケートボードがなかったら本当にただのダメ人間だったんじゃないかなって思う。そういう人たちに本当に多分いっぱいいると思うんだよね。羨ましがられるような生活はしてるのは分かるんだよね、自分で。いいことだけじゃないけど、自分が好きなことをやるためにいろいろ犠牲にすることは多いけど、だからお金儲けとかもよりそっちの道をもっと大切なものがあって自分には。こっちの方が本当に自分にとって財産っていうか、自分が本当に好きなものに出会えて、それでこう助けられたっていうか。それ自分の経験をみんな経験してほしい。自分の好きなことがあれば本当に人生変わるよってみんなに勧めて歩いてるんだよね。
Non, je crois pas être un rêveur. Je crois au contraire que j'ai les pieds sur terre. J'ai compris que par contre on avait peut-être le droit de vivre ses rêves. Et donc on les transforme et puis du coup on n'est plus un rêveur. Quand c'était, enfin pendant 20 ans, c'était le snowboard qui faisait que tous les matins je me levais. Aujourd'hui j'apprécie toujours autant la montagne et tout. Mais voilà, comme si mon leitmotiv aujourd'hui, le matin quand je me lève, c'est devenu ici. Je pense que Agathe, c'est un petit peu pareil.
Tous les jours, tout le monde nous demande « Ah, mais comment vous faites pour vivre à Puy-de-Dôme? Mais vous y vivez en hiver? Mais vous avez de l'eau chaude? Vous avez une douche ?» Tous les jours, on a des questions un peu... Les gens, ils comprennent pas comment notre choix de vie et pourquoi on a choisi de vivre ici. J'aime le froid, j'aime la neige. C'est juste l'immensité, ce calme. Être au milieu de la montagne, c'est la plénitude.
Et ben oui, voilà, encore une fois, c'est pas tous les jours tout rose et c'est pas tous les jours tout facile. Forcément, et puis de toute façon, de le faire à deux, c'est toujours plus facile aussi.
You got a chill that keeps me guessing. You you ain't good at solving riddles. And how long can you sleep away your fear of the unknown? Bulldogs seeking out new smells can tell the wind has got something on its breeze that he ain't ever seen.
On a partagé beaucoup de choses ensemble et j'espère qu'on pourra vivre tous les deux ici. Hein. On pourra en profiter et puis qu'on arrivera au bout aussi de cette aventure. Il nous faut encore un petit peu de courage, là, je crois, pour finir ce qu'on a commencé.
Nous, en fait, ce qu'on vit, c'est le luxe, quoi. C'est une belle vie.
Right now, we're on our way to the airport. We're gonna pick up my mom, and the next couple days, we're gonna do some backcountry skiing in Yellowstone. This is a special one because it's just the two of us.
We have a thing about Cook City. You drive into this beautiful park and there's no one in there in the winter. It's very quiet and there's a gazillion animals everywhere, all over the road, in the way. And Cook City's this little dead end. Oh, it's sort of East Berkey. There's like a couple restaurants, a couple bars. Leave your hotel room, hop on your skis and head up and up and up and up and up forever. And then another valley and up again. It's just the greatest. I love it.
Somehow she just like exists in this space between an adult and a kid. Like a really quirky, fun, super optimistic space.
So much comes from when I was little. You know, the beginning stages of figuring out snow, how snow can take you places.
So, Kiki can do this for a really long time. Like many more years.
Yeah, this is the beginning of my career.
No, you have to do it a lot more years. But I'm taking it. You are not! Yeah! So we have to teach another person. You shouldn't be doing this. You are not. Yeah! Why did you tell them in front of them? Are you happy?
Are you happy now?
Your reaction was different than I thought it would be. No, you're not!
Wow. Okay, now I just gotta digest.
Grandma.
All that.
Oh, okay, let's be smart about this. Let's go. Let me set the pace.
One more lap.
Thank you for taking.
No more will I stumble, no more will I fall. Came crashing to my knees, but I'm beginning to crawl. Yeah, I'm standing on my own feet, walking into the light. Feel like jumping from the mountain, like the first thing.
When I go, don't cry for me. In my Father's arms I'll be. The wounds this world left on my soul will all be healed, and I'll.
You know, I would do anything for that day to not have happened the way it did.
Sun and moon will be.
The doorway of suffering that I had to walk through is the only way I know how to live life now.
And I will not be ashamed, for my Savior knows my name. Gold and silver blind the eye, temporary riches
I just had in my mind that a success story looked like me skiing steep, hard lines and doing it in his name, and what was happening internally was an incredible amount of fear, an incredible amount of guilt, and it just all felt wrong, but I was chasing this idea.
Where you bury me, I'll be home and I'll be free. It don't matter anywhere I lay. All my tears be washed away. All my tears be washed away.
When you know what it's like to hold your best friend as they die, you know the worst that there is to experience in the backcountry. What I was doing was throwing on my pack and trying to summit big mountains because I thought that was what strong enough was, but like I was not ready for that. What I needed was to hold myself and to be present. Somehow I was able to say, okay, Mel, I've got you. Like, we're gonna go in and we're gonna see this darkness. And that was like such a huge part of the healing for me was, okay, this afternoon seems too far away, so like, let's bring it down to this minute. Like, I'm gonna breathe into this next minute. That's where I got to know who I truly am and what I'm truly capable of. I know what it's like to walk into that space of darkness and to not sit there with a timer and saying, I'm gonna be here for 10 minutes, but to sit there and say, I'm gonna be here until I'm done being here. The repairing of that relationship with the mountains did not come until I found a self-compassion practice. Once I began to soften towards myself and soften towards the decisions that I was a part of that day, the more I actually have found myself softening towards the mountains as well. What feels most true for me now is to actually slow down and to listen to my body more and to be okay with being this new person.
Were we somewhere in between?
Joe used to kiss the snow before every line that he dropped into. And I always loved that he did that after he passed. That was just like a really beautiful way for me to bring him into my line. I think I needed years to heal. Getting to that place took a long damn time. Self-reliance is obviously super important, but there's something really beautiful in the vulnerability that comes from meeting other people, and they can help lead the way when we don't know what the next step is. I got to go out back onto the skin track with these really supportive partners of mine. They like lent out their hand to me, and it was like I was borrowing their trust that I then alchemized into self-trust. And they slowly but surely and very, very patiently let me draft off of them until I was ready to jump in front and take the lead from my own. I don't plan to let 1 ounce of the learnings from that day go unused. I'm in a process of learning how to trust myself again and learning how to trust.
With your golden hair and magazine, I'm a ghost to you, you're a ghost to me. A bird's eye view of San Luis.
雪の素晴らしさとか、それに出会ったから今の自分があって、今の生活があって、
why I do this sport. I can't think of like a specific meaning, but what I do find is every day I put skins on my skis. I get back to the car quite different than who I was when I got out of the car.
No hay nada en el mundo más inútil que uno subir una montaña, ponerse unos palos de madera y volver a bajar esquiando, pero por eso es por lo cual es tan bonito el deporte.
It's crazy what that first turn, that first run of the year feels like. It's always the same. I don't subscribe to slowing down as we get older. The older you get, the more important it is. Just don't stop moving.
やればやるほどね、ハマっていうか終わりがないから。
Voilà, c'est pas juste les 2 secondes de descente. Parce que encore une fois, bah, c'est tout qui fait partie du voyage.
C'est le fait d'aller loin, d'être tout seul, de découvrir des choses. Et voilà, c'est magique.
Tu vis des petits moments, des petits instants qui sont importants. Qui sont ceux dont tu te rappelleras. Et c'est ça qui font ta petite journée, mais surtout qui font un peu ta vie.